feet on the earth starts in this moment. Let's begin.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Brenda.
How are you?
Pretty good.
You
Oh,
feeling
you're
better?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, me too. I think we've missed a couple because we were both sick. So
Yeah.
we had one in between though, didn't we? I got sick, then we recorded, and then you got sick and we had to postpone. So
Yeah.
it's that time of year.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get into our usual back and forth banter, or should we get into our usual back and forth banter first?
I don't know. Anything new happening with you?
Ooh, not really. Nothing new. But you had something go on, didn't you? You did a class or
I've had so much going on.
you have a student?
I have a student.
And
This
you
is her
did
third week.
Oh wow.
Starting
So 3
now.
weeks already.
Yeah, starting tomorrow is her third
Okay.
week.
Wow. How's she doing?
She's doing great.
Okay.
Yeah. She actually has been like working as a
Right.
groomer, and she decided she wanted to start over as
Yeah.
a bather.
Kind of get what she missed.
Yeah, so she's been doing great, but that's pretty exhausting. I went from basically the last like 6 months, I barely talk during the week. Like,
And now you've got a
yeah,
student and you've got this CLC.
yeah. So College of Lake County.
Okay.
So down in Illinois, and it's a 10-week program that I'm doing 2 hours every week, basically on Friday. And it's for their LEI program, which is their neurodivergent program.
Nice.
So it's kind of perfect for me. And we're doing the fundamentals of dog grooming. And my first one yesterday, I learned a lot. Probably going to go a different direction in the future on that one because I didn't realize how interested they would be in the career. Because it's not like a career program.
Right.
It's like kind of supposed to give you a taste of what it's like, but it's not a career program. But they had a lot of interest in like what it is to be a groomer. And I'm like, I should probably maybe that should be my first step.
But you can speak to it anyways. So if you whatever you do, the questions you're able to answer the questions. So that's good.
Yeah, I answered all the questions, but like I think like next time for my first like class, it'll probably be more focused on like what grooming is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah, one of my students works at the Racine Zoo.
At the CLC?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hiring. I just seen.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
I seen the post that they're hiring, and I'm like, I won't be able to do that job fair. I should be in California.
Yeah. But yeah, he does basically like tells people about the animals.
Docent or whatever. I mean, that's what they call them at the museum.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly
they're called there.
He told me his position name.
Yeah.
I don't remember it, but it was really cool. Like I have 8 students, so whole gambit of different neurodivergent, but it was all like all the little flavors, and it was kind of awesome.
That's
so.
That would have been working in a zoo was kind of like a dream of mine.
Yeah.
Work with like wild animals and mostly just because I want to hold baby,
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that would be really cool to work in that zoo.
Yeah. And then, I actually am thinking about, I want to talk to her to see if she was talking about doing another, like a second program related dog grooming. I was thinking maybe I could have it be like the theory part of my bather class or my bather program. And then like, if they want to take the rest of the bather program, they could have a discount off of it because it's not covering all of the, yeah. So, and it would be shorter than if needed, though. Some of them might need a little bit longer because they just need help, but a little more support. But that's okay.
Well, that's cool. And you got like a lot of stuff coming up with them, right?
Yeah, I've got that program, and then I'm teaching the new CPR and first aid program that I made.
Have you done that one yet?
We did it for the student here. It went good. I noticed a few things that I needed to add and change around, but it went really well. It was also not because it was only one person, it couldn't be as
right.
There's a part where we're going to break up into a group and do disaster evacuation plans, basically.
Oh, and you
can't really do that with one. Like we sat down and we drew out the school and scenario, talked about it, but it couldn't be the same. But yeah, I will be teaching them again. At the end of the month, we're going to Georgia and Florida to teach them. Me and Meg are, excuse me. And then I like the beginning of February, I teach at CLC. So yeah. And then they're also having me come in for my anatomy class. I teach an anatomy class and then one called Lupine to Design, which is basically going through the history of dogs.
Dogs.
So
Yeah, I had one I had somebody reach out to me about the pet CPR class. Well, I think somebody in the group, and was it Wisconsin Groomers group, I think, reached out and
maybe.
said, who teaches. So our names got brought up. And so I reached out and I just said, that we do teach. And they messaged me and wanted to know where we were certified through. So I said, and then she said that their boss would email, and they did, and they asked for information. So I just kind of told them, this is how long it is, this is how much it is. This is the one. It's in Stevens Point. If there's, I we can do like four to 12 people. If there's more than 12, we have to have two teachers, and then it's going to cost this much.
Mm,
So I'm going to try to do it on my own. I'm going to drag my husband along to
yeah.
do all the heavy lifting. But I'm
But
going to
the
try
actual
to
teaching you're gonna
I'm gonna try to do it on my own. Yeah.
you could do
I think
it.
I can. You just go through the PowerPoint. But I am gonna go through it and I'm gonna make some changes and tweak some
Adjustments.
stuff. Yeah, because there's still stuff that needs to be. I realized that when we did it down in Illinois. But yeah, but they haven't gotten back to me yet either.
Yeah.
So here I went and I ordered stuff to make my own bleed kits. I ordered books and certificates because I don't have any because I gave them to you. And so I ordered more, and now I'm waiting for them to get back to me. And it's just like, but here's my feelings on it. I'm kind of iffy about whether or not I want to continue doing pet tech,
Yeah.
just because. Plus, you've also kind of opened my eyes to teach this class, and I don't have to be affiliated, although then they wouldn't be affiliated. So
Yeah.
I don't know how important that is for people. But considering they have, online classes, I think, offering a hands-on is still much better.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I'm still debating. So I figure I'm going to see if they get back to me. And if I teach the class and it goes well, then I'll kind of have to make a decision if I'm going to continue on with pet tech or not.
Yeah.
I just kinda and then somebody else actually messaged from Sheboygan, and I just
Mm,
gave them the prices too, so, I don't know, maybe we'll see what happens.
yeah, nice.
But yeah, so, you know, like you said, I gotta bite the bullet, and
Yeah,
I gotta do it or not,
you
so
can do it.
yeah, I can try.
Oh, I have an announcement. Today is Nibbler's birthday.
And he's 4.
Yeah,
And he's
4.
4 years old.
He is
Oh,
15 years old,
no way, you're 4 years old. You're not a day over 4.
and he definitely shows his age.
Man, oh. It's it's so sad because it's like they're puppies, they're puppies, they're puppies, they're puppies for years. They're
Yep.
puppies, and then all of a sudden one day they're not puppies anymore, and then it's like it's just like an overnight thing, and it's so
It
with
did.
with the cats, my cats, it's like they're bouncing off the walls, and then the next day it's like he can't barely move. And,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so sad.
Well,
He's doing good.
no, he's doing good. He's still in pretty good shape. So I can see the changes in him a lot more, and it
Yeah.
does feel like it was overnight. Like he went from being like my puppy to old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still love him. Snoring and everything. So yeah, today is January 18th. It is Nibbler's, what I call his birthday. I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
It's his birthday.
it was when I got him.
Yeah.
So
Oh my god, I just drew a blank. What's her name? Your other dog.
Addison?
Addison. I'm like, I can picture her because she was here I
Yeah.
think the last time we recorded. And all of a sudden I'm like, what's her name? Addison.
I mean,
How
we
old is
don't
she?
see her as
I
often.
know, but I still
So
know her name.
she's 12.
Oh,
So she's doing really good. Her litter mate, actually, that my dad had, passed away over Christmas time.
oh wow.
Yeah. She had a tumor on her intestines that ruptured.
Ooh.
It was really bad. And she was already having other issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what genetics happened there,
Well,
but like she had a rough few
when
years.
when
And
Charlie
Addison is still like,
Yeah, when Charlie was sick, so we kind of knew that we knew there was some cancer, although we didn't know the exact, we didn't know the extent, we didn't want to because the reality was there's not much we're gonna be able to do, and
yeah.
as long as she's fine, we're just gonna let her live her life, and she did. She was great. She did that her last competition with Eleanor, and I swear it was like right after that she
Hmm.
started to go downhill. And then like her last week, we started noticing she was leaking and there was urine in, and so we were like, yeah, I'm gonna have
There was blood in it, you mean?
what did I say? There
You
was
said
blood
urine in
in it.
it?
Yeah.
I'm like, that usually
There was
happens when you
blood.
leak.
Yes, there was blood in the urine. Yes. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to call the vet. And I called the vet and made the appointment. And of course I couldn't get her in until like I think it was a Wednesday when I called, and I couldn't get her until Friday afternoon. And then Friday morning I woke up and she was I called the vet. Oh, I had to go to work. I worked at Clover Pup at the time. I was working part-time there. And so I called the vet from there, and they still couldn't get her in until that afternoon. And I'm like, well, I think I'm just gonna have to take her to the ER.
It was the same day we were supposed to go up to lacrosse for
Yeah.
CPR
Yeah,
class.
she was bad, and she had internal bleeding.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. They were so wonderful. I mean, I've been there a couple times, and they have been fantastic.
Which one?
The WBRC.
Is that in
It's
Milwaukee
the
or
one. No,
Kenosha?
the one here in Kenosha.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've had
For us, it's actually closer to go to Milwaukee.
right.
So,
For me, it's Kenosha. For you, it'd be Milwaukee. But I've heard people complaining, but I'm just like, I, personal. I've
Yeah.
had no trouble. I've had no problems. In fact, they've been fantastic for me. But yeah,
we've always liked the one in Milwaukee that we go to.
although they did say they were going to let my vet know, and they didn't. So actually, I take it back. I think she had a vet appointment the Monday, because I took her to the ER I called Friday morning to try to get her in sooner. They couldn't. They have to wait till Monday. So I took her to the ER, and at the ER, I thought they were going to the vet know, because they said they would. Well, they didn't. So then Monday or Sunday night, I get the call or whatever, the reminder, and I was like, oh, she's gone. And they felt full and sent me a card. And
Yeah.
but yeah, that was rough. That was rough losing her. But yeah, it was like but it's like I feel like they know, right? Like, animals are so intuitive that they just know. Like she was being, Eleanor was working with her.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cry.
She's like, I gotta make it.
She was Eleanor's dog for that almost the entire year. I would drop her off every other week, and she was Eleanor's dog, and Eleanor was, grooming her and loving her. And at the show, she followed Eleanor. Like, I'm like, Sam and I are there. Now she's my dog.
Yeah.
She's been my dog her whole life. Sam's her alpha. And yet she looked at us and followed out. Like she knew
this is my person right now. Yeah.
Like I'm working, and this is my job. And that's how she behaved for grooming. She behaved like it's her job. I can only hope that the next one is going to be as phenomenal as she was on the table. Yeah. And then, we got her home, and she just, like, within a couple of days, we started to see she was a little slower, and it's rough, but
it's going to be really hard when he goes. There's I've warned both Meg and John. Meg is going to be in charge of announcing it and taking all of the messages and phone calls for me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to want to talk to anybody. But
no.
Just if that when it happens, everyone, if I'm not responding, it's because I don't want to.
I don't think I put anything out on Facebook until the following day.
Yeah.
With Charlie, because I had to be in the grief alone for a while, with Sam, and that was it. And then it was kind of like, okay, like everybody knew Charlie. All my grooming friends, we all knew Charlie. Like I said, Eleanor's been taking care of her, and everybody knows.
Everyone knows. I mean, he's been from the East Coast to the West Coast with me. Everyone has met him. So I'm like, I know it has to go online. Like somebody's going to have to, it's going to have to be announced. But I am very much I don't even like to be around my husband when I'm grieving.
You tell the one person you need to tell, and they can.
Because when I'm grieving, I don't even want to be around my husband. I want to be with my dog. So
I know there's Carrie and I have talked about Tabitha's dog, Peekaboo. We're all invested in this dog. Like she has a piece of all of our hearts. This cute little dog, and it's going to be devastating when she goes too. Because it just
when her Pomeranian passed too,
Halo.
Yeah.
But and not that Halo wasn't special, but Peek is just I don't know. There's just something
Halo was special to me because that was my first rescue dog.
Right.
Like
You
rescue
had a
dog.
different relationship with Halo. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I get that.
So we should
Okay, should we
probably move
go?
on.
Should we get into our? What are we doing? We're doing Imbolc.
Imbolc. We're going to talk about Imbolc.
So I'm going to read this real quick.
Okay. What is Imbolc?
Imbolc, a celebration of hope and home, also known as Candlemas. Imbolc marks the midpoint of winter and the approaching spring. Sheep and other animals fall pregnant at this time, associating the holiday with rebirth, hope, and fertility.
You know what else is getting pregnant at this time? Coyotes.
Yeah, I see your video.
Yeah. Last night we pulled in and I got out of the Tesla and looked up and there's a coyote like, hi, what's going on? And just like walking through my parking lot.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's coyote breeding season.
I know people are always complaining about coyotes and foxes and wild animals, but it's like they were here first. But again, stolen land.
Yeah.
They gotta go. They're the immigrants, right? Okay. Anyways, let's not digress too soon. We haven't not started anything yet.
So yeah, Imbolc is celebrated around February 1st to 2nd. There is a Celtic Cross Quarter Festival, and the name comes from an Old Irish meaning in the belly. Because it in the belly, because pregnant is life stirring beneath winter, growth hasn't surfaced yet. Okay. So yeah.
Imbolc isn't spring, it's the moment before spring. I like that.
Yeah, we're getting ready for spring. So there is the goddess Brigid, who is kind of
Imbolc,
yeah, like Imbolc is her thing.
Yep. Yep. That's
at least in the Celtic
Yep.
World, like Celtic. So she's the goddess of fire, healing, craft and skilled hands, poetry, and inspiration. And she's the protector of the hearth and daily work. So yeah. Do you know much about Brigid?
Nope.
No, I just know she exists. I don't know a whole lot about her, but
I don't know too much about any goddesses or gods.
Yeah,
because I've never really.
I think at some point we should go through deities.
Oh, I think they're on the list.
Okay.
I believe deities is on the list.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll make sure I learn something about.
We'll learn about the deities when it comes.
Yeah, we'll figure it out when we get there. But no, I don't really do. I don't really work with deities. So, although like I do have a statue of Gaia on my altar, and I have a statue of Ganesha. I have a little cat, which I mean, you could say bass.
Yeah, I have.
Spring is also associated with cats, but no, I don't really work with.
I don't either. I have like a little Baphomet thing that I like. Yeah. I find a lot of them very interesting. Baphomet is one of them.
Yeah, you like it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't really do deities myself. I find them really cool, but just not for me.
Well, I think I like Ganesh because to me, when I think of Ganesh is the elephant. Mm-hmm. They do elephant, and they're the big ears, and the one thing that Ganesh is known for is listening, hearing, and which I think is something I lack.
That makes sense.
I don't listen very well. I think because my brain is always spinning.
Oh yeah.
That somebody will say a word and it'll trigger a thought in my head, and then I miss the next 10 minutes of whatever's going on because I'm on a tangent. So I like that because it reminds me.
Yeah.
To listen. And then Gaia because that's her mother. If I'm gonna worship anything, it's gonna be the earth.
I mean, I do have a lot of crows. I love my crows and ravens. I don't know if those could count as deities. They're kind of like my deities.
Well, see, I was told, and again, this is, I think it was in a class one time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was HexFest or WitchCon online. One of those, there was a class. It must have been the online one. So there was a class that somebody was teaching, and they were talking about, somebody had asked about, I don't know if it was crows or if it was another bird, but I think there's a goddess that is associated. God or goddess that's associated with crows. Don't quote me because I'm not positive. But yeah, maybe,
I think in general, I tend to lean more into the animals in general. They are kind of my deities. Like I have the crows / ravens. He just snored and I thought it was my phone. So I have the the crows / ravens, and then I also deer is
Your Patronus?
yeah. I actually do say the deer is my Patronus.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like it's
They
like a
always
deer has always been something that I've seen throughout my life. Like it's
hawks
a
for
pattern.
me.
Yeah.
I see hawks all the time, and like I'll just see them like some, and I mean, my sight is not great, but like I will just spot. I can spot a hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of hawk because there's different kinds of hawks. I'm well aware, but I know it's a hawk,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Tell
There's
me what
always
that means.
yeah.
If there's anybody out there can tell me what that means.
Yeah.
Tell me what that.
There's always been some sort of deer involved in my life. John's about to walk it through the door. And I think it has something to do with my grandpa.
Okay.
I very much associate him with deer.
Okay.
Thanks, John.
Thank God.
He loved deer.
Yeah.
I mean, we did hunt deer, but he also really appreciated them too. Like it wasn't just we're gonna kill all the deer. It was we needed to eat our food. But he loved deer, and
Yeah.
he actually because he on our farm we had these really big windows in our living room, and you could see into the backyard, and so he put a deer feeding station out there. He got it to the point like he could walk out there as he was feeding, they'd come
right
up
there, yeah.
and they'd eat right out of his hand. So, and then when I met John, started looking into like, because he has a lot of family heritage stuff that was really cool. And the Calhoun crest actually has 2 stags on it. And I was like, there's a connection here. So,
That's cool. That's cool.
yeah. So it's kind of a funny story why there's stags on it. I think have I told you about that?
They're gay.
No.
Oh.
No.
Because there's a connection there too.
Yeah. But he was so the Calhouns in Scotland, they were kind of the first ones to bend to the king when he was taking over, the King of England. So
which king you meant?
And so they kind of bent pretty quickly. Of course they did.
There was probably something in it for that.
Probably. But then he was like, we need you to take over this castle. And it was this castle where these people had been held up for like weeks. So they had been starving. They were starving for food and like they've been held up there forever. And so instead of like going in and attacking or, anything that a normal that would happen in that situation, they took stags and then had a wolf chase after them, and the stags went running, and then all of the people in the castle were like, ooh, stags. Or it wasn't wolf, it was greyhounds. And so yeah, they flushed up the deer and they went running for the deer, and then the Calhouns were just like, this is ours now. And my favorite was when they were asked to do it, their response was "Pide pues," which literally means "if I can."
And they did.
Yeah.
And they did.
It was like, I'm like, that is the most ridiculous like it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we've gotten on a tangent again.
That's all right. We do that.
So Imbolc is focused on tending fires, maintaining tools, caring for animals in home.
How fitting for us farmers.
You're trapped. They were trapped inside all the time. At this point, they couldn't really do much outside. It's cold. So it's a lot of just preparing for the spring to come.
Ned says you do not need deity work to honor Imbolc. This season is about care, attention, and preparation. I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
So I did look into the different things across cultures for around this time.
That's cool.
So there's Celtic is Imbolc, and then Christian European would be the Candlemas. And that's on February 2nd. They do a blessing of the candles and light return. I remember actually us having or doing Candlemas in church. It was pretty. Japanese has
I didn't look up these words.
Setsubun.
You're gonna have to
Setsubun.
Sexy buns.
Sexy buns. Setsubun. So this is early February, and it's clearing of bad luck and stagnation, preparing for spring. Ancient Roman has Lupercalia. It's about fertility and protection, same seasonal timing, and they tend to be much louder and more physical expression.
Of course.
And there was probably a lot of nakedness. And then the other thing is I was like, I wonder how much it had it's got to be connected to Groundhog Day in some way.
Right. 'Cause that's what we have.
Yeah. And so the American Groundhog Day is kind of loosely related to
They're loosely related. Groundhog Day and
yeah.
Imbolc.
So it came from European weather folklore where they would watch badgers, bears, and hedgehogs
How they be
to see how they were behaving.
Right.
And that would tell you if the winter was coming to an end, which it makes sense. Like
Yeah.
if you think about it that way, because yeah, they do start to change their behaviors.
Yep.
For instance, coyotes coming in the middle of the day through my parking lot. So it actually, when the German immigrants came over, they brought the tradition to America, which is why it kind of started in Pennsylvania. Thanks, Germans. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting that I'm like, they obviously have something to do with each other.
Yeah.
But how it kind of that kind of ancient
Yeah.
folklore is still coming into it, even though the way that we do it now is weird. Like a shadow.
You're getting spring is coming the same time, no matter what, if he sees a shadow or doesn't.
Yeah. Now, if he doesn't come out at all, that could be a sign.
Oh,
I think that means
I don't blame him.
staying
He
inside.
knows who's president.
He's like, it's not time for me to come.
Forget it.
I don't wanna. So, current context, what Imbolc means now. We are still tired, cold, and recovering.
See?
All the time. Especially groomers right now. This is our recovery time.
Yep.
And yet days are getting longer and energy is kind of flickering back quietly. Modern reframe. Imbolc gives permission to be unfinished.
Okay.
Kind of a
I get it.
yeah.
All right.
Because we're not finished with winter.
That's true.
It's not quite spring.
Not quite spring.
So what it's not is a productivity reset. It is not a manifestation sprint, not a glow up season, and not forced optimism.
Which is, when you think about it, we just came off of the
New
New
Year.
Year's and the resolution, and this is letting us know that, which is, it's interesting because when you think about it, the beginning of February, after January 1st, everybody's hyped, everybody's joining the gym or whatever they're doing. And then
By
February, they're starting to fade away. Like, I can't keep up this pace. And so I like that. It's, it's not a manifestation sprint. It's not forced optimism. We need to, just keep looking at the reality of things.
Yeah. Kind of taking it slow and, taking advantage of that quiet time.
Yes.
So
still continue with the quiet time's not over yet.
Yeah. Instead, we should have gentle awareness, small acts of care, and protecting energy before busy seasons.
That's good.
Yeah. Which we're going to talk about the grooming application in the salon next, but that's a really good point of our next busy season is spring.
Yeah.
When everybody comes out for their D-sheds and their strip downs.
Shave downs, D-sheds, fleas.
Yep.
Yeah, all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of fleas, we got a message today asking about if we could help with fleas. We're like, absolutely not.
Like help how?
If we could tell if they have it, first of all, and then treat them for fleas. And Meg just told them to go to the vet because we don't do that.
To tell if you have them, do this.
Mhm.
If you see something that looks like pepper, you got fleas.
Yep.
And you know how to treat them? You go to the store and you buy some Capstar and you give them one of those, and that's going to kill the fleas that are on them. And then in the meantime, clean your fucking house. People make the mistake of stopping their treatment. Like if they do monthly treatments, they stop it because it's getting cold, and we don't have enough cold days in a row.
Especially in this area in southern Wisconsin.
We used to. The earth is warming, people. Like it or not, it's warming.
And see, it may be an argument for this year because it's been extra cold. It doesn't usually happen.
Even though it's been cold, we also had some weirdly warm days. Yeah. We just had some, 40 degree. I think it got to 38, 40 degrees last week. Yeah. So yeah, it's not, we don't get the winter. We haven't had a winter like we used to have.
Yeah.
Where it starts snowing at the end of November and it doesn't stop until February.
Yeah.
We just we're not having those winters anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get some really shitty cold and blizzard days, but then it warms up, and then we get cold, and then it warms up, and then we get cold. And
Yep.
yeah, the fleas are not they're
They
not going
don't
away.
stop. Yeah.
They're not going away.
So yeah, we want to talk about grooming application.
Okay.
Imbolc in the salon.
Okay. As a maintenance season.
Yeah, work on maintaining. So for things that we can do, tools and space, you can clean or sharpen one tool, organize one drawer, or reset one routine. I think the one thing is important
I think it is.
because we're not sprinting.
Yeah, I've made a decision.
Unless you're Meg.
Excuse me. I want to redo a room in my basement that's kind of a junk room. So I got a plan of, what I want to do down there. But like I want to pull everything out. I want to go through everything. And this is giving me permission and actually telling me this is what I should do. I've got like 8. I think I have 8 bins down there. And that's just bins. I mean, I have a
Yeah.
load of other stuff, but there's 8 bins
One
down
bin.
there. Yeah, like maybe instead of trying to go through 8 bins, just pick one bin and deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm excited.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
So your body and nervous system, slower starts where possible.
Okay.
I love a slow start.
Yep.
I get up extra early just so I can have a slow start. Like we start at 9 o'clock. I get up at 7 so I can.
Have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me too. I've been trying to get up. I've been trying to make sure I'm up at minimally an hour and a half before I have to greet a customer. But ideally, I prefer it to be even more than that. I gotta feed my cats. I've got my whole
Yeah.
rituals I have
There's
to
like
do.
my morning routine. I have
Yes,
to
that
do those things.
yes,
So.
and so I want to make sure I give myself enough time to do them without feeling rushed through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warmth, tea, soup, warm hands. I am a soup person. I love soup.
Not a
It's my
soup
favorite.
person. I mean, I like some soups, but I'm not like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
My
love
daughter
I
loves to
fucking
make
love
she
soup.
loves to make soup, and my husband loves to eat soup. I'm sorry, I don't make you soup.
That's fine.
Yeah,
It's just yeah, because me and my dad are like obsessed with soups.
yeah.
It's always a whole thing when we go to the restaurants, and I'm glad that he likes to talk because he'll go to the restaurant and ask them a million questions about the soup. And then I know all the answers without having to do
Without even having to
it.
ask.
And yeah, tea. I've been doing more tea lately. I got some Korean teas
Mhm.
actually, because I've been looking at different things for my insulin resistant, like more like natural things that I could take. I've been doing, there's one that's a Korean pear, and that one's really nice I make it at night and then I put it in the fridge so it's cold.
I
It tastes really good cold and it helps me cool down when I get overheated, which happens a lot. I don't know what it is about it, but like the internet was even like, yes, this will be good for
Oh,
that.
that's interesting.
So,
Yeah, I do a lot. I make tea and then cool it too. I
yeah,
do a lot of cold tea because I like unsweet tea. I
yeah.
don't like sweet tea. I like unsweet tea.
Mm.
Oh, but I like licorice tea. I bought a licorice tea once and I really, really like it. So now it's pretty much like I just look for this licorice tea.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find. Like sometimes a store will have it and then you'll go back and then they won't have it.
Yeah.
So it can be hard to find. And I've tried some other teas, but I don't yeah, I'm struggling to find the ones that taste really good when they're cold.
Yeah. It can be rough.
Yeah.
I've also been doing uh it's a Korean dates tea, and it actually has like chunks of the date in it. But it's supposed to help like calm your nervous system which is what I got it for. Puts me to sleep like that. Greatest thing I have gotten. But I also those bags up there,
Yeah.
I have a ton of herbs, just herbs, and then I have a ton of teas I get this box and I love them. And I love making herbal teas and stuff, but it's gotten to be so much that I'm like, I need to somehow like categorize this because I can't,
Right.
it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna like put it all into a chat GPT.
What do you do when you have something? So my thing is like I'll get gifted stuff. Like I've been gifted like different teas and I've been gifted candles and I get gifted like assortments.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'll go through and like with the candles, I'll have like a candle that I don't like. Like if it's got vanilla, I can't. It'll give me a headache. So I just anything that's vanilla, warm cookie or whatever,
Yeah.
kind of, what if it's got that vanilla scent to it, I just can't do it. So I just, give it away. Who
Yeah.
do I give it to? I just give it away. But I have teas. Like I still have some tea that I've gotten that I don't like.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what to do with these. I'm gonna put them in a one of the like book boxes or something.
Yeah.
I think there's one of the churches by me might even have like a food pantry kind of
Yeah.
box. Maybe I'll tuck them in there. See if I
Yeah.
say it out loud, it starts to make sense. Oh, just do this.
No, that's a good idea. I bet I could put some in my little library.
Library. That's what they're called, little library.
Yeah. But my biggest issue
Book
with
thingy.
with what I've got right now is just it's so much, and
Right.
I want to use what's going to make the most sense at that time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna just put it all in a chat
Yeah.
GPT,
I have them.
and then I
In
could just
one
be like,
store.
I want a tea for this, and it
Yeah.
can tell me.
Good idea.
Because it's
idea.
too much, and that is why I don't use it. And John gets driven nuts because I don't use it. There is also gentle movement instead of pushing through pain. I'd be looking at Nibs, Meg right now if she was here. That woman, I'm gonna start shaming her, like
Oh.
schedule shaming her on the internet.
Yeah.
I looked at her schedule today. She has 5 days scheduled this week, and half of them were over 12-hour shifts. And I've just like told her I'm going to start shaming her online. Everyone else will tell her.
She reached out to me about that cat. Does that mean she's on the schedule now?
Probably.
Or she's on the schedule now? No.
I have no idea. I don't keep track of all that.
She asked me what I did with hers.
So dogs, extra patience with winter coats. I wish.
I mean, that's easy.
Mhm.
It's the owners need to,
Yeah.
mhm.
Awareness of dry skin and fatigue, and respect that dogs may not be spring ready yet.
I did 2 cats yesterday that were, well, the one was pelted. Like she was in bad shape. The other one was matted, but not horrible. But yeah, the one that was pelted, when they brought her, they were like, well, you might not, if you can't do her, that's fine, right? And I'm thinking, well, I'm getting the mats off this cat, right? Like I am not getting them. I mean, unless this cat, hits the ceiling or bites me, I am getting the mats off this cat. And she was surprisingly good. Like, I think she was like frozen
Yeah.
on the table. And Sam helped me. Yeah, we got the mats off, but it took 50 minutes.
Oh my God.
50 minutes. Like that's how bad it was. Now I'm
Yeah.
fast. Like I can zip down a cat even when they're matted. I can usually zip them down fairly quickly.
Yeah, like 10, 15 minutes.
Exactly. But the 50 minutes. And
Same.
she's so skinny and so you had to go, and she's young. She's only 2 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, she's only 2 years old. So, but we got, and I mean, her back of her ears, I had to shave all the way her head, all the way under her chin. So usually what I do is I do the pre-shave, then we do a bath, and then after the dry, then I'll go back and I'll neaten everything up. And we got her to the tub, and that was it.
Yeah. That was,
and then it was panic. I mean, she kept jumping up. She was jumping up at my closet door. I have aprons hung there, and she was holding on to the aprons and then sliding down. And so we just got the kennel, and we got her into the kennel, and it just left her. And then she was fine. She just curled up in the corner. Her eyes were just so wide. And so we just left her alone while we worked on her brother, and he was like normal. Like I said, he had some mats, but not too bad. So yeah, but I felt bad because she needed a bath.
Yeah.
But, she was still in much better shape than when she left.
Yeah.
And I charged them full price. I didn't discount. Sometimes I, how I talk myself, I didn't give her a big, I want to give them a discount. And I didn't. I just, no, that's how much she is. So
good for you.
Yeah, I know. The little thing. It's the little things.
So, Imbolc for groomers/students, this is the season of care before the rush. So, taking in this calm and preparing for the spring rush, because it's not sustainable to be constantly going. Reconnect to why you groom.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think that's very important, because I think that's a good thing. Especially like we start to deal with. Now, if we're resting, this is the best time to be, because we get burnout, right? And why am I grooming? Why do I do this? Am I doing it just for the paycheck? So it's go, 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 go. Am I doing it because it's something that I truly love? Am I doing it because just because I care and I want to help all the animals? And,
Mhm.
yeah, like definitely like
Well,
that.
and I
Why do
think
I groom?
because, it one of the first things when you start to burn out, like, one of the first things is, like, you start to lose that
Passion.
passion and reason to do it. So, I think that's a good way to
Yeah.
if you're consistently going back and checking with yourself of, like, "Why do I do this? Do I still enjoy it?" Like, yeah.
Right. Right. Is this something I want to pursue? That's where I'm at with like teaching. I want to teach, but maybe teaching at the big shows isn't the route I need to be pursuing at this time,
Yeah.
because, yeah, I'm coming to realize that while as much as I want to teach, that might not be the venue for me to
Yeah,
teach in. So
that's valid.
yeah.
So reinforce boundaries early. This is also a good time to kind of check in on your boundaries and say, like, am I holding my boundaries? Are these boundaries working for me?
For our listeners that have been listening from the beginning, you've heard us talk about this,
Yeah.
about burnout and our boundaries and our systems and stuff like that. And we hammer it home, it keeps coming up because it's reality.
Yeah.
It's something that we apparently we need to be reminded of, because I'm not always it's not something that comes natural to me to sit down and look at stuff. I've lots of calendars, right? Like I get 3 calendars from, 8 different companies or whatever that want my business, want me to donate money. They send me a free calendar. But then I have my groomer to groomer calendar that comes with the last groomer to groomer magazine of the year. And then I actually bought a calendar this year of the groomers. I don't even know. It was for the
Oh,
the Pet Stylist Relief Fund
yeah, is that the
with
one that
with
with, like, Blake and
Nate and
and yeah,
yeah, yeah, no,
that
like
was cute.
everybody,
I
everybody.
didn't order
I
it, but
did, I
yeah.
did, I got it. It's hanging up. So it's where my groomer to groomer normally is. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll just hang my groomer to groomer where I put my random calendar. Well, then I decided, you know what? No, I'm gonna use my groomer to groomer for something else,
Yeah.
and I put a different calendar. But anyway, so I'm using my groomer to groomer calendar to remind me to make posts
Oh,
because I've been not great at posting. So I now have an actual formula
okay.
for the days of the week so that I'm posting in the Enchanted Grooming Table and Witchy Groomers. They get the same post. I share it in both spots. But then I have a note for myself for my pet pals. So I'm making sure, because I don't always have a client cat to put up.
Yeah.
But I feel like I should still do something on a daily basis. So now I have a little formula for that one, as well as Wisconsin cat groomers, because I'm an admin for that group, and the Wisconsin groomer training
Oh,
resource group.
nice.
So yeah, so I have formulas set up so that I can so every day. So now the witchy and the enchanted groomer I've been doing for this will be the second week.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's been like a week and a half I've been posting, so it'll be the second,
I have been seeing the
yes.
consistent
It should be
posts.
popping up every day.
Yeah.
So that's been going on. I just started paying attention to my pet pals posts, so I make sure that I'm getting something out there every day. And then the cat and the training.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I have my list so I can
Oh, nice.
work off of, and
Yeah. I That's the thing is, like, with those types of things, you can set up your own system for how you do it, but you still have to have the intention of
to
doing
do
it.
it.
And you have to, like, sometimes you have to force yourself to just do it at that time,
I'm trying
you know?
to so my daily ritual is, I get my coffee. I sit down after I feed the cats, I get my coffee. I sit down at this part of the table where my computer and everything is. But I write in my journal, as part of my morning. I may pull a tarot, whatever. I take that time. I do my Spanish, my Duolingo. I've been
Nice.
doing that. So I'm over 100 days streak. So I've been very consistent with that. And yeah, and then I have my little list. And I mean, it doesn't take me long. Because I figured out how to use Canva.
Nice.
Chat GPT has kind of given me like the like a formula.
Yeah.
They've helped me with the formula. I have Chat GPT. So the most I have to do at this point is look up a picture that
Mhm.
goes with it and put it together.
Yeah.
But it's all like I'm doing it enough now that it's become a lot easier
Mhm.
to do it. So yeah, so it's taking me, to do like today, this morning I did 2, 3, 4, 5, posted in 5 different groups, and it took me all of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't even think it took me that long. But so it doesn't take long. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing it. So
Mhm.
I've already figured out how to make it easy for myself. So now I just have to make sure I continue to do it. And as
Yeah.
long as it's part of my, as soon as I sit in this seat, I know I'm going to be here for, 20 minutes, half hour at least doing that stuff. And, and then I putz around, for a while on Facebook, but at least I got what I needed to get done.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I do. I mean, I kind of do similar things. I have like set days each week that I sit down and do a certain amount of posts because I schedule all my.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, I have to do it very intentionally. Like it is, I have to be like, yes, I'm going to sit down and do this.
I have
Um,
to figure out the scheduling thing before I go to Pasadena
uh,
because because I'll be gone.
yeah,
I mean, I leave Wednesday and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm working, come home on Monday. So I figure there's 6 days that I want to schedule
yeah,
ahead of time. So I don't have to worry about it because it'll just be one less thing I'll have to try to fit in because you know how it is.
yeah.
Those days, some days you get up and you have an hour to sit down and putz around, but most of the time it's like,
I I think another important thing when you are sitting down and like doing these things, the other thing is if you don't do it one day, you don't have to beat yourself up about it. Like it's like, oh, I didn't do that. I'll do it today.
or
Like
if I don't get it done at 8 in the morning and I all of a sudden I think about it at 6 at night and I run and do it, it's done. It's still
mhm,
done. It's still the day.
yeah,
It's not a big deal. It doesn't always have to happen at this time in the morning.
yeah,
If it happens in the middle of the day, because that's like my pet pals, as soon as I would finish a cat, I would post the cat.
yeah,
And then it was like, oh, it's just, it takes some time, it takes a little bit of time. So I'll do it at the end of the day. And then, the end of the day would come and I'd be like, I just want to sit on the couch and do nothing. And then I'd forget.
mhm,
And then the next thing I know, it's like a week and I've got, 15 cats
uh,
that I've done and I'm dumping them all on one day. And it's like, I need to get out of that habit. I need to spread them out. Because
spread 'em
then
out, yeah,
I'll have a week where I don't do anything.
yeah,
I'll actually have like a week where I seen one cat, but I couldn't get a picture because it's a cycle cat. So then I'll have like a week of nothing and then a week that's full. So it's like I need to just pace up,
yeah,
So that's my goal.
yeah,
That's my goal. And I'm keeping track. The calendar's helping me keep track
yeah,
so I can see where I posted and who I posted. So
yeah,
that way I can go back and go, okay, now, I didn't groom any cats for 3 days because these are my 3 days off. So, I have 3 days where I haven't posted or a cat. I said a dog, cat, but I'll post the next cat and kind of spread them out. So they're
yeah,
not all, so maybe you're not going to see Fluffy when the day I did him, but you'll see him 3 days.
yeah.
I don't know. So that's just,
You could always try to do some like fill it in with some like educational
I
posts.
have, yeah. So
I don't
that,
know if you noticed on MGA's Facebook,
yeah.
I've been doing some educational
Yeah,
posts.
I have. I've
Very
seen.
proud.
Yeah, you can do it a lot. So I like it. Yeah, I do. Like Friday, I think I post or Saturday, I think I posted a cartoon
Yeah,
on my Pet Pals page. And
yes.
yeah,
Still
so
does.
it's part of
So
my formula. Like
yeah,
if I don't have a client to post, then I can either do like a cat fact or a very specific breed fact or a cartoon in the cat grooming group. I shared a video of a dude acting like a cat because I
yeah,
thought it was funny. So I thought, okay, this will do because I don't have anything else to post in here right
yeah.
now. And so no, I
That's right.
agree. Yeah. So
Yeah, I've
it's
been
part of
really
my formula.
enjoying on the MGA page. I've been doing what is it? What am I calling it? It's bred for a job. And I'm literally going through the AKC list and talking about like, because a lot of my stuff is like, you have to learn the dog breeds and
Yeah.
what they were bred for so you can understand their instinctual behavior.
Right.
And so I'm going through each one and doing like, I have a graphic with a little thing on it that says like how they're kind of are. And then I'll have a caption that explains more of their
Oh, I like
history. And
that. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't think I've seen that one. Did you? That one's. When did you start doing that?
Beginning of the year.
What am I seeing that you're posting? I'm seeing you posting. Is it not?
Is it on my page that you're seeing me post?
Maybe it's not the
MGA.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what it is. I'll have to go back and look for it because I don't. That doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah.
But I see you're posting something all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My page, like my personal
Yeah.
socials, I have something posting every day, sometimes multiple times a day.
Yeah.
And that's just like scheduled stuff.
Yeah.
So in between, like
You'll post stuff, right?
if something happened, I'm like, oh, I'll post this, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to go back and look because now I'm thinking, well, what am I seeing? Because I know
Yeah.
I'm seeing stuff, but I don't remember
Yeah.
seeing the breeds.
And I've been also doing like a tips and tricks thing too.
I see the tips and tricks.
Yeah.
So I wonder why I missed the breed one. I'll look.
Yeah.
I'll look.
So back to this now that we got distracted.
That's all right.
So simple Imbolc practices: low pressure, light one candle intentionally, or turn on a electric candle intentionally.
Yep.
That is also acceptable. Warm drink before your first dog.
Or cold drink it.
And write down one thing you want to nurture and one thing you're allowed to delay.
Ooh, I like that. That's something I could add to my journal.
Yeah. I actually, I'm gonna have to try to work on it. I wanted to make a jar, like a little jar for my student. Well, I'm gonna have one for me, my student, and Meg, where they can write down
Like a gratitude jar.
Yeah, like what they're proud of for that day.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that. I just haven't made the jars, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm excited. Yeah.
And if all you do is notice the light lasting longer, if that's enough.
Yeah.
And before we close, I have tarot we never read. You have an oracle we haven't read. So
of course I didn't put those in the chat
that's
GPT.
okay. So we'll do those. So I'll do the tarot first. So I got Knight of Wands reverse. No, I'm sorry, Knight of Wands upright.
Okay.
Energy, passion, focus on action, adventure, impulsiveness, fearlessness, spontaneous, travel, movement, change of residence. Interesting. Now, how does that fit with Imbolc? Energy's coming back.
Yeah. I mean, things are changing slowly.
Yeah. All of this is impulsiveness and spontaneous. So,
I mean, I could see a lot of people being very impulsive during this time of year. Especially people who are
could be a warning, right? It doesn't have to be.
There's a lot of people this time of year who being like slowing down is really hard for people and they will run away from it as much as possible. Yeah. So I could see that just being like impulsive because you're like losing your mind because it's too much.
Yep.
All right. So mine is
a very pretty card.
Yes, the sun of 417 hertz. Is that
sun of 417 hertz?
Okay. So yeah, this is from my white light oracle. So you have what it takes. You're a light bearer within you is a healing power and spiritual wisdom you can tap into to find your way through any confusion or doubt. Have confidence in yourself and know you are enough. Expect an affirming yes from the universe.
It reminded me of that reading you just did. Was yesterday,
nice.
It wasn't today, so that's interesting.
All right. Well, that was Imbolc. Thank you all for coming. Say the line. As above, so below. May your pets be clean and your spirit grow.